Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, good morning. All right, happy to be back. Welcome into our daily message of today. Hope everybody had a great weekend and is doing well. All right, let us begin here. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Ooh, going deep. Interesting. Okay, we have Surah 36, line 53. Surah 36, line 53. And here we have talk of the day. And if we remember the day that is discussed a lot in the Qur'an, it is the day of reckoning, the day of judgment, if you will, the rapture, as some may say. But it's very short here, this line. It says, "It will be no more than a single blast, when lo, they will be all brought up before us." Excuse me, they will all be brought up before us. Okay. And the next line, just for a little bit extra context, it reads, "Then on that day, not a soul will be wronged in the least. Ye shall be repaid the meeds of your past deeds." Okay. Okay, and so for this is interesting too, because we talk a little bit about life and death. And upon doing some research and watching some entertaining videos on people experiencing the afterlife and coming back, right? Everybody has a different experience. Everybody, some things coincide and some things align, but everybody kind of has their own personalized experience. But what the Quran is discussing is more of a collective reckoning, right? Where everything on earth will soon cease, right? It will stop. And what this could also be referencing is not the end of the earth necessarily, but perhaps the day that the kingdom of heaven comes down onto the earth. And with that, everything and everybody on earth will have to experience that. We can't just join seamlessly and nothing happened and somehow everything is changed and different. No, there needs to be an event that takes place where it is known amongst everybody on the earth that this is taking place. So that's kind of the last days, and we always would think, we assume the last days are going to be, frightening and doom and gloom and terrifying, and maybe we'll have a little bit more clarification on if that is the case. But this, it's giving me positive. It's giving me positive. It's giving me quick. It's giving me painless. It's giving me grace. It will be no more than a single blast, when lo, they will all be brought up before us. Then on that day, not a soul will be wronged in the least, and ye shall but be repaid the meeds of your past deeds. Okay, so it's giving a message of hope as well. Nobody will be wronged, right? Everybody will be repaid for the trials that they have gone through, their deeds that they've accomplished. They will be repaid. It will be a breath of refresh, a recharge. And I do believe this is the day that the heaven and earth become one. Because, it's like, yes, the people will be brought up, right? To be in the face of God, to be in the presence of God. But the earth and heaven is becoming one. That is the goal. That's the end goal. There shall be no separation, right? We create this utopian, heavenly, all-expressive world. That is the end goal. A little bit different for today. A little bit of a different daily message. And then it is discussed, what about the people who are already in the afterlife? What makes of them? Where will they be? That's kind of the question, because now we're going to get into First Chronicles, and we're going to talk about all these people of times past. They've lived, they've died, they've had children. You know, where are they now, right? Are they still walking among us in different forms? Are they in other realms? Are they on other planets, you know, carrying out life over there? Will they sometime return to us at a point? You know, that's questions that we could all have, and it's something that we can only realize with communion with the Lord and, you know, gaining that knowledge and that insight. All right, so let's see if I can conjure up a title for this one. Where's the little we got for us? I don't want to say the end is near. I'm not going to do that to you guys. It seems like there would be some time before this event, right? The joining. I'll just explain what this is. The joining of heaven upon earth. Oh goodness. Hi, friend. The joining of heaven upon earth. And we're working towards this every day, by the way. Making earth as heaven-like, but really anybody who's experienced, I'm going to use the NDE word again, the near-death experience, or anybody who might have recollections of heaven from really an NDE is the only way to go about it. But it would be, you know, a shame to compare the likes of heaven to the likes of earth as it is today, because the likes of heaven are just so, you know, it's overwhelmingly beautiful, overwhelmingly feel-good experience. It's nothing like here on earth. Although we strive, right, to create our heaven on earth. It's really cannot compare as of, you know, a current state. You cannot compare. It's so much better. It's so much more peaceful, so much more calming. Love fills every corridor, every corner, every stretch of the imagination. Love is there. Versus here, we have a little bit of our negative human fears and emotions. But I digress. I'm not going to get into all of this right now. But let's go ahead and just talk, you know, about the people of the past. Where are they now? We wonder. But let's go ahead and begin and learn about the lineages that filled the earth and where we all came from, point blank period. Okay, where we all came from. Yes, leave it at that. All right, I will be back in just a moment. Thank you. Be right back. All right.